What's up, guys? Godzilla back again. I got a little different kind of video today. It's time to change the oil in my daily driver. So today I'm going to show you how to change the oil in a Mark 6 Volkswagen Jetta TDI. That's right, Dieselgate. Alright, what you're going to need is 5 quarts of oil, oil filter, oil pan, a jack and some stands, and some various hand tools. This is what they recommend, the 5W30 LL03. It's made by Castrol. It's I guess a special blend for the diesel motors. So this is what I got. This is a Volkswagen. I guess that's the part number. Not really sure. But there you go. See if you can read those numbers. Comes with the O-ring. So let's get to changing the oil. We want to jack up the front. And there's some pivot points here on the frame rail that you use to jack the car up. My car's lowered on ST suspension coilovers, so it's nice to have a low profile jack if you're going to do this at home, if you have a lowered vehicle. So now you want to put a jack stand under the car to support the car. Alright, that looks like a good place, so you just want to lower the car to be supported by the jack stand instead of the jack. Next step is to remove all the little Torx bit screws to remove this pan so we can get to the drain bolt of the oil pan. Now that you've got both sides supported, use your T20 Torx bit screwdriver to take the screws out. So the rear 3 bolts are a T45 Torx bit. Alright, now it's time to drain the oil. We're going to have to remove the engine cover here to get to where the oil filter is down there. Before I drain the oil, I like to loosen the cap so that air can get in and kind of push the oil out the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we're going to want to loosen the drain bolt there. Mine is a 14mm, but I have an aftermarket magnetic drain plug. I think the stock one might be a 15. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you have your oil drain pan underneath. we go. And if you've driven your car in the last couple hours, be careful because the oil is most likely going to be very hot. There's mine. It's got the little magnet on the end there. While we're waiting for the oil to drain, we can go ahead and change this filter. It is a 32 millimeter. So it's pretty big socket. What I like to do is just put it on the end of a big extension here so I can try and loosen it up from up top here. All right, there we go. Alright, you can do the rest by hand once you get it loose enough. Alright. Now the fun part is trying to squeeze it out past this other stuff here. Oh yeah, that's yummy looking. There you go. So, that's the old filter. Alright, so we're gonna have to take the filter out of the piece here. You just do that by kind of wiggling it and pulling, and eventually, there we go, it comes out. It's just held in there like with some little teeth. Kind of. Here's the new one. So it's got like little teeth on the end of it. We will just put this new one right in there until it clicks. All right, it's in there. And there's an O-ring that you should replace. Even if yours is good, I mean, a new one is better. So I need to get my gloves off to get that. Okay, so that's the old one. You can use some oil here to lube up the O-ring. Not a lot, just enough so that it doesn't catch on anything. And then you'll go ahead and put the new one on. Right all the way down to that bottom little place. There you go. Just like that. Alright, so now got the new filter ready to go in. There you go. Make sure you start threading it in by hand so you don't cross thread it. Okay, because it's just plastic. Alright, and then we're gonna tighten it down. Alright, there we go. Not super tight, but definitely tight enough that it won't just come loose from vibration. It looks pretty drained. One advantage of having the front lifted up is that the oil will pretty much drain all the way out. It won't have but just a little bit sitting in the bottom of the oil pan. So we'll put our drain plug back in there. so now we're going to put the pan, the deflector back on the bottom so that we can lower the car back down. And then we're going to add the oil. And the reason why we want it level is just so that you get an accurate reading on the dipstick to know if you have enough oil. This is a 2.0 TDI motor, so it takes 4.9 quarts, so basically 5 quarts. So what I'm going to do is put basically like 4.5 quarts in there, and then check the oil level. Start the car, check the oil level again, and it'll most likely be a little bit low because it has to fill the oil filter housing back up, and then we'll add as much as that we need to until it's to the full line, or between the minimum and maximum line anyway. So I'm going to do about 1/2 to 3/4 of this. Just about that much left. Now we'll measure the oil level on the dipstick just to get a reading. Alright, so it says it's about halfway. Oops, I don't know if you can see that, but basically that would be a good level. But like I said, we need to start it so that the oil goes into the oil filter housing, and then we'll take a reading again. Alright, so now we'll take a reading after we wipe it off. Yeah, it's not even in the readings here. It's down there, so it looks like it's about 1/2 quart low, which is about what we have left, so that's good. Alright, now let's take a look at our stick here. There you go. Right up to the full line there. Perfect. Oil changed. Good job. Alright, so the way that you reset the service light is you hold the 00 set button down with the ignition off, and then you turn the ignition on without starting the car. Whoops. And let go, and then within 20 seconds press this button, and now it's reset. So that's how you reset your service light for your oil. even though I just reset my trips miles. Oh well.